Yo, it's your boy C-Jax back with another video. You dig what I'm saying? Now, we are going to get to Smackdown in a second, okay? But obviously, a lot of news has gone down this week. I didn't make videos on it specifically. I'm sorry about that. However, don't think that because I didn't post about it that I didn't see it, because I saw it all. WWE is officially going to be moving to, to ESPN for their PLE starting next month. This was originally supposed to start next year, I believe, and now they're going to go ahead and start it basically next month with WrestlePalooza. Yeah! WrestlePalooza, man! This is awesome! This is awesome! No, it's not awesome. It's a price gouge. I'm going to show you guys this graphic here because this is the third row ticket prices for WrestlePalooza next month. Do you see those prices? $5,000 to $6,000 for third row seats. Not front row, not second row. Even then, it would still be egregious because they're just in an arena. They're not in a stadium. You get what I'm saying? They're in an arena, and the third row costs nearly $6,000 plus the tax. Basically, if you include it, it is $6,000. This is a scam. This company is money hungry, and they have officially given up. The booking has been atrocious. I'm so glad to see, because listen, we're gonna get to Smackdown in a second, but I'm just happy to be here and I'm just happy to talk about this stuff. I want to explain to you guys. You guys know how long y'all that have been here, since the beginning and that have caught along on the way, or whatever, however you watching your boy. I appreciate you. I respect you. I love you. But isn't it just beautiful to see how the tides have turned? I've been saying that this company has been garbage now for around a year, or a little over a year at this point. And we also have to factor in that obviously this year has been an absolute disaster. I said that this was going to happen after Raw on Netflix. I remember making a video saying that this year was going to be the worst year ever for WWE. It's as simple as that. And of course, we now watch the rest of the year, how it's played out, and it has been absolutely atrocious. Mania, garbage. SummerSlam, garbage. Money in the Bank, garbage. Saturday Night Main Events, garbage. Raws and Smackdowns week to week, garbage. You get what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. And now everyone's going, oh man, these Raws and Smackdowns feel lifeless. Why are they price gouging us and scamming us to watch these PLEs? Why in the world does it feel like there's no effort? Why does it feel so repetitive? Why does it stink? Triple H isn't as good as Vince McMahon. Well. Surprise, surprise. I told you this was happening, and everyone, I remember in my early days, people were saying I'm a hater and I'm hating on this. I don't know what I'm talking about, man. I'm just being negative. And now look at the realities. Look at you now. Get them goosebumps. Mama Rose. You know what I'm saying? This company is dying, okay? And it's as simple as that. They've basically thrown the last nail in the coffin. The only reason that I'll be watching WrestlePalooza next month is because I have this channel. Make no mistake, if I did not have this channel, I am not watching that show. Or at least I'd be watching it by other means, if you get what I'm saying. You get what I mean? So it's as simple as that. And I have some graphics here, some other stuff I want to show you guys. Just look at this here. Fox was disappointed with SmackDown ratings and canceled. NBC was disappointed with the Saturday Night Main Event ratings, which we'll talk about in a second. They're very low, okay? And Twitter was obviously disappointed with speed, so they canceled. And Netflix is already getting disastrous numbers from WWE. Remember, they gave WWE, I believe it was upwards of $5 billion. $5 billion, and WWE in a 7-day period struggles to pull 2.7 million worldwide viewers consistently. Do you understand how embarrassing that is, bro? It's embarrassing at this point. They overpaid for WWE, and the Saturday Night Main Event ratings were absolute garbage. And you see the graphic here, they were way lower than expected. I reported on my channel, I think it was a week or two ago, basically saying I'm pretty sure the ratings were sub 2 million, or at least maybe like sub 1.5 potentially. It was very low. You know what I'm saying? It was not high at all. It was between like the 1 to 2 million range, and that's not good enough for a universal broadcast like that on NBC. It's just not good enough, man. And everyone knows it. Then we also have Clash in Paris, obviously, is far from sold out. So last year, that raucous crowd in Lyon, France, you know what I'm saying? Jey Uso with the big entrance and all that stuff, it was absolutely awesome. And now you look at this year. How is it possible that a year ago, you were selling out France, having raucous crowds and doing all of that stuff, and now you're far from being sold out a week away from a PLE in France? And this is not like America, where WWE will have Raws and Smackdowns in like 40 plus different cities and live events all over the country throughout the year, every single year round. The PLE last year with Backlash in France, I think they said it was the first time they had done a PLE or any type of special show like that in like decades. You get what I'm saying? They do like live events in France and stuff like that, sure, maybe a Smackdown here and there, but an actual PLE event hasn't happened in decades in France. And now it happened last year, they sold it out, and they're coming back again this year, and they still are far from sold out. And that's with Romano Reigns, Sethington Rollins, CM Punk, LA Knight, Los Angeles Knight, you know what I'm saying? Jey Uso, you get me? They have all these dudes, and John Cena, of course, and they can't do anything. And it's as simple as that, bro. So now that we've broken down all the news, let's get into this SmackDown review. Yeah! Now, we started off with Becky Lynch basically coming out in front of her hometown of Ireland, okay, and she basically cut a little promo. I'm gonna be honest, this is one of her most boring promos I've ever seen in my life. Like, I kid you not, I was struggling to actually pay attention here because of how much words were just flowing out of her mouth, and I could barely remember any of it. I mean, I remember some parts, like, she basically said, like, you know, she cut a you people promo is basically what she did. She basically said that you people literally do not appreciate me. You don't respect me. You weren't there for me. You know, stupid, you know, you people promo. There's no real dialogue or really explanation for any of this stuff. She just starts telling people about how they weren't there for her and that you guys don't really appreciate what I do and you appreciate these other stars from Ireland that nobody cares about. And I'm like, dude, no one's entertained by this. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. Nobody is entertained by this, bro. We have John Cena in his final year. We have guys like Roman Reigns on the roster, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, etc. List goes down the line. Becky Lynch is one of my favorite women's wrestlers of all time. But man, this is the best you could give her to come out here and talk about? If she has nothing to say, just announce that she's going to be in the main event fighting someone or something. What the heck was the point of this 10 minutes of slog, just boredom? I mean, I can't even I mean, the screeching too. She was like screeching at the top of her lungs, just yelling. Like, no one's entertained by this, bro. So she cuts a you people promo basically saying that she is a hero to Ireland and she should be treated as such. Then after this, basically, what's her name? Tiffany Stratton comes out. And Tiffany Stratton, at this point, I've been saying this for a while now, there is zero reason why Tiffany Stratton should still be women's champion. Absolutely zero reason. She doesn't cut good promos. She has nothing to say on the mic. Every single promo that Tiffany Stratton cuts is the same thing. Yada, yada, yada. It's Tiffy time. You guys know what time it is. Yeah. And that's it. It's the end of the promo. That is how every single promo with her goes. It's not entertaining. It's not exciting. It's not interesting. And she is not a good enough level storyteller to be the head champion of the company, bro. And if you disagree with that, you're either biased or you may just not know what you're talking about at this point. Like, there's no way that Tiffany Stratton's title reign should still be going on. She hasn't had any good feuds, bro. She's had no real good promos, no good storytelling moments, and her matches, she has multitude of botches. None of her matches are really great. You have maybe one here or there that's actually like good, but none of her matches are actually going to be great, right? Large majority of them are mid, and it's been the same revolving door with her and Nia Jax, who Nia Jax comes out next and talks to Tiffany for the 50th time. Her and Becky Lynch then team up and beat up Tiffany like for like 10 seconds, and then Jade Cargill comes out, gets a really good pop, and then it's announced that her and Tiffany Stratton are going to fight Becky Lynch and Nia Jax in the main event. Remember, the last time Becky Lynch and Nia Jax saw each other, I'm pretty sure they were feuding last year on Raw, but I guess that doesn't matter anymore when you need to make a matchup on the fly and nothing makes sense, so it is what it is. At the end of the day, this is stupid. Jade and Tiffany were literally just fighting for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam a few weeks ago, and now they're teaming up together to fight in a meaningless tag match. This is exactly why SmackDowns and Raws do not matter anymore and nobody cares about them. We then move on, we get another tag team match because that's all SmackDown is tag team, tag team, tag team, tag team, tag team. Tag team A versus tag team B. In this case, it's Mello Don't Miz versus, who do they even fight? I don't even remember. I think it was the Motor City Machine Bumps. They go out there and they fight. The match is largely forgettable. No one cares. You have moments where they boo Mello and cheer Miz, and then Mello, sometimes we get the crowd hyped as well. It's all about Mello and Miz and their dynamic. Basically, Miz coming in last second to take the pin again this week after Mello hits a finisher, like he did last week, okay? He's just basically taking off of, benefiting from what Mello's work that he does, obviously to get them the win. So that's basically the storyline here. It's cool to see that they're utilizing Mello more. Hopefully this ends up being good and it actually can elevate him in his career because he is a great talent. In my opinion, I think he's absolutely awesome and I think he can do some great things in this company. So yeah, that's all this is. Motor City Machine Bums lose to Mello Don't Miz and the dynamic continues. We then get Charlotte Flair, the 15 or 16, whatever time world champion Charlotte Flair, losing to Piper Niven off of a Michinoku driver. Mind you, Piper Niven kicked out of a spear, she got out of a figure four, and she also on top of that took a moonsault, and those are some of Charlotte's key moves, not her main move obviously, but some of her key moves. The figure four is, but she couldn't really get that in because she was interfered with, but still, how do you take all of those moves and you kick out, but Charlotte Flair gets pinned off of one Michinoku driver? Like, this is some of the worst and dumbest booking of all time. Alexa Bliss, at 5 foot, whatever much she weighs, rolled up Piper Niven last week and kept her down for like 5 seconds, but Charlotte Flair couldn't find a way to beat Piper Niven? This is the type of booking that I just like. It's so embarrassing. What was the point of this? Oh, we want to make Piper Niven a threat. She's not a threat. We know that she's not a threat because whenever there's going to be a tag match between Alexa and Charlotte versus Piper Niven and what's her name, and Alba Fire, or if it's Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, whatever, the Secret Harvest, they're not going to beat Charlotte and Alexa. So what was the point of having Charlotte get pinned tonight? What? We know that Piper Niven isn't a threat. She's not going to beat anybody. So it's just, this was stupid, man. It reminds me of last year when Solo pinned Roman at Crown Jewel, and we knew it was pointless, or at least I did, because you know Solo's not going to beat Roman ever in a one-on-one match. So what's the point of having him win in a tag match? Like, it's just, I don't even understand it, bro. It's dumb. Then we get to the biggest and best part of the night, which obviously was John Cena's promo with Logan Paul. Now, I've already said this before. Logan Paul is just, it's a matter of time until he actually gets in the main event scene and is winning world titles. Because in my personal opinion, and yes, I don't care what anybody says about this, in terms of the actual younger talent, like the people who are below the age of like 33 or 35, for example, right? Your early 30s, late 20s guys, Logan Paul is at the top of that list. It's not even close in my opinion. It really isn't. Carmelo Hayes, I like him. I think he's great. And he is the second most talented behind Logan Paul, I'd say. And then maybe Braun Breaker, and then the list goes on and on. I think Trick Williams is honestly better than both Melo and Braun. So I go Logan, then Trick, and then and then Melo, and then Braun. Those are the top four most talented dudes that are like in their 20s or in their early 30s. Javon Evans is kind of in that too, but I think Javon Evans is like 20 or 21 years old. So he's got many years left to go, I suppose. So he'll probably be on the main roster in the next couple years. But still, Logan Paul's talent is just immense. He comes out here and cuts a great, entertaining, very good heel promo versus John Cena, who is easily one of, if not the best mic workers of all time. Like, it is what it is. He's at least top 5 promo workers in the history of this company. And the fact that Logan Paul went out there and cut a great promo versus Cena and stood his ground, I thought was great. Because if you had to sit there right now with a straight face and be like, man, can Trick Williams or Melo Hayes or Braun Breaker really go in the ring with John Cena and hold their own on the mic and have a good promo that actually spans for them talking for multiple minutes? I don't think they can. I know Braun Breaker can't, because we saw how bad he looked on the mic with Roman Reigns like a couple weeks ago on Raw before SummerSlam, like a month ago, whatever it was. So we know he can't do it. Trick Williams has not been proven to cut good promos in the ring with people who are actually really great, all-time great level people. And Carmelo Hayes, he can cut a good promo. He's capable of it, but we haven't seen him do it in this setting. And the fact that Logan Paul is getting this done, along with having some of the best matches literally on every single PLE he's on, he's probably having the match of the night or one of the matches of the night. So, I mean, the match he had with versus Roman at Crown Jewel, I mean, that's probably one of my favorite matches this decade, honestly. At least like top 15, top 20 favorite WWE matches of the decade. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm looking at it realistically. I like Logan Paul has that build. He's got the size. He's super athletic. He's got charisma. He's a heel. He brings extra eyeballs. I don't know what we're looking at here, man. I think Logan Paul is the next main eventer, and I've been saying this, and this absolutely solidified it for me. He comes out there and he cooks on the mic. He basically says, you know what I'm saying? That he's not an outsider anymore. He kind of like jumps like a pouting kid when he does it. It's pretty funny. He says that he's not an outsider because he's absolutely tired of putting on multiple great matches every single time he's on the show, entertaining people. You know what I'm saying? Bringing millions of dollars into the company, and people are calling him an outsider because he calls out the Twitter wrestling fans will sit at home and call me an outsider while I'm doing great work and entertaining them. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was a good point. He also says that he doesn't need to get naked at the Oscars to get attention, unlike John Cena. So that was pretty cool. And then this part was great. He basically says, he asked the audience, he says, let's play a game of who's the imposter. And then he asks the audience, who's the imposter? The guy who breaks his back, you know what I'm saying, goes out there, every single PLE, every single week. Obviously, he's not there every week, but you get the point. It's funny for the promo. He says that he goes out there and breaks his back, you know what I'm saying, for your entertainment at home. Or the guy who sits there and plays pretend in Hollywood, Or he says, and then he also says after that, he's like, who's the imposter, guys? Let's ask another question. The guy who's still here week in, week out, you know what I'm saying, actually trying to do his best for this industry and actually trying to help the industry, or the dude who's been doing the same 5 moves for 23 years. So I thought that was really funny as well. Logan Paul just did a great job here of entertaining me, at least me. I was entertained by this. I thought it was great, and it was a good heel promo. For someone who's only been around for 4 years in this industry, I've just never seen anything like this. Just amazing in-ring work, amazing mic work versus someone who's actually a great on the mic worker. So that was it. Then John Cena talks, and John Cena just does a phenomenal job here, man. As per usual, the Never Seen 17. When John Cena entered, he got emotional. You could tell when he was doing the salute to the crowd. He was getting sad and he was getting emotional, because I'm starting to realize something, guys. John Cena has, I think, 10 or 11 dates left, and if you really think about it, we're now in late August. John Cena's retirement year so far has been absolutely wasted. But there's only one person you can blame, and that's Triple H. Triple fraud, you get what I'm saying? He is the one who's been booking this retirement tour. He had the idea for Cena to go heel. The Rock wanted Cody to be heel, but that's not what happened. We got Cena being heel, and it absolutely was a waste of time. He just randomly turned back face a few weeks ago on a Smackdown, bro. So it's the fact that we're literally seeing the one of the, in my opinion, the greatest of all time, and he's gonna be done in 10 more dates, bro. And he didn't even really get to do nothing all year. Like, it's wow, man. We're already looking at this retirement run as being absolutely garbage booked by Triple H, but after this year ends, it's going to get even worse. I mean, the last 10 dates, maybe they can make something special every single date. This was a great date here, him showing up. It was really cool, but man, I mean, it's really disappointing when you look back at what's happening with Cena this year. But anyways, he then talks on the mic and basically says that Logan Paul is a disappointment, okay? He's not hype, he's just a disappointment. And he said that instead of respecting the business and respecting us, you use us as branding for your stupid Prime bottles. And he knocks the Prime bottles at ringside over, which was pretty cool. And he says that it's funny that he brought up John Cena's 5 moves, doing the same 5 moves for 23 years, when John Cena says, you're complaining about being here every week and working hard when you've only had 23 matches. I've given 23 years, so we're not the same. He says that he's fought on camera, off camera. He fought Sheamus here in Dublin many years ago, while you were on Vine with Jake Paul, your brother. So that was cool. Then he also says, you're not about, what you can give to this industry. You're about what you can take from this industry. And the fans, myself, we all see through your stupid BS. And he lists people that he wanted to, wrestle this year, like Dom Mysterio, the Usos, Jacob Fatu, Seth Rollins, etc., and AJ Styles. And I'm just thinking to myself, these are people that you should have already fought this year if Triple H had any sense in his brain on booking. You could have had Cena win the WWE title or the world title at Mania, okay, and stay face. And then throughout the summer, you could have had the Summer of Cena, where he does fight a Dom Mysterio. He fights a Jey Uso, not in a stupid tag match with Cody Rhodes, but just fights him in a one-on-one. You can do face versus face when you know that it's John Cena's final year in the company. Everyone's going to watch it regardless. So it's just the fact that they wasted all this time. Like, you could have had Dom and Cena for a main event for a WWE Championship on an episode of Raw that he showed up on this year, an episode of Smackdown. The fact that we haven't gotten this is embarrassing. You see what I'm saying? So it's just whatever, man. I don't understand it, bro. He then basically says that you know a lot about hustle, but you know nothing about loyalty and respect. And I've checked the documents. You have plenty of legal trouble to worry about, so don't tell me about respect. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty cool. And then obviously he basically ends up his promo by basically saying, you're gonna know what it means to really give when I beat he says I'm gonna beat the crap out of you at at Clash in Paris. So that's how it ends. Logan Paul then knocks his hat off and pushes him a little bit. Cena then dodges a punch from Logan, hits to AA, knocks him down, and that's the end of the promo. He stands tall, okay? So this was really cool. He then came back out afterwards to sink in the moment with the crowd and really look around and sink the moment in. So I thought that was really special and really cool. Overall, this was a great segment, easily the greatest segment I've seen on SmackDown in many, many months at this point. This was very enjoyable, and I thought it was great. After this, we have the Street Profits versus the MFT. I'm not even going to talk about this. I don't know who won the match. Sorry, I don't really care. I stopped watching after the Cena promo. You get what I'm saying? So I don't give a crap. Whoever won. There you have it. Then we move on from that. We got a Drew McIntyre promo where he basically said Cody Rhodes doesn't have any more friends in the industry and everyone left him. And then Randy Orton comes back and RKO's Drew. Cool to see Randy Orton return, but again, what does this further? I want to see Drew win a world title. I don't want to see him sit in the mic and then get beat up by Orton, then maybe pin Orton on a random SmackDown match next week, and then after that get pinned by Cody at the next PLE. Palooza. Drew McIntyre is just stuck in limbo, and it is what it is at this point. And then the main event, we then had Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill got the W over Becky Lynch and Nia Jax, and that's basically it. The reason I skipped through the last stuff that happened after the Cena promo is because the Cena promo was the main event. Let's be honest with ourselves. It's the only thing that was super entertaining and that actually was noteworthy on this show. Everything else is filler garbage that nobody cares about literally at all. So let's just move on from this. This episode of SmackDown is going to get a solid 3 or a 4 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10 to be honest. All of the points are coming from the Cena and Logan promo. Everything else was either garbage, nonsensical, stupid, or just wasn't entertaining to me. And or at the end of the day, it was just poorly booked, which is another highly likely possibility with Triple H back there running the show. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. I respect you guys. I love you guys. And I thank you so much for watching. Have a phenomenal day. Peace out and one love.